Hello, welcome to Healing Hype Man, Grand Rising, Grand Day. Message of the day. You already see the title. I'm going to use a different spread that I'm going to use for February's zodiac signs. We're going to dive in. Current energy, your challenge, and what's in the near future for you. These cards just want to talk. I'm going to try and keep this short. It's a message of the day. I just can't do short. I just can't. Ready? I'm going to try though. I'm trying. Current energy, challenge in reverse in the near future. Your current energy, the Two of Pentacles. Your challenge, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And in the near future, Four of Pentacles. Wow, working hard at something. Bottom of the deck, why it's all happening. The Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Death card. I will explain. Let's dive into this. Your current energy, Two of Pentacles, which means you're working on something, but you're working on something here that you're not really seeing the results, to be brutally honest. It's just interesting in the progression of this. Why it's all happening, the root of this, right? You are really hoping for some change, right? Like you've matured. This is like you have done the maturity, internal work. You have elevated your life, perhaps internally and perhaps externally, and like in the way you carry yourself. Like you have transformed with the Death card. You really have. Your mind is also being very optimistic. Like you're seeing the big picture, but in actuality, like the big picture isn't matching your physical world, right? I would even say here, perhaps some of your challenges that you might even want to give up. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just check the astrology really quick. Everything's in Aquarius. Right now, everything's in Capricorn. Venus, Mars, Mercury, Capricorn. It's accurate. This is today. Yeah. The Sun's in Aquarius. Pluto's in Aquarius. This is very Capricorn energy, right? Don't take that literally, but like I really mean like trying to be as practical as possible, or doing the things in the way in which you're supposed to be doing them. But you're not seeing the return on your investment. You know, that's just like, it's like a Capricorn doing their work. It's like someone who is like so dedicated to their work, doing their work. Like I've done different kind of work, external work, internal work, but it's not actually matching. And I feel like this is actually gonna, right, in the near future, it's gonna bring you to a place of like really, I feel like this is a progression of like, it can actually bring you, it can close you off. Right? Maybe that's the direction that you're going into. Perhaps this message, I've never had a reading where it's like the progression is like you've done so much, but like it almost like you're going downhill. You feel like you're going downhill. And perhaps this is the message to tell you like, hey, there's a potential that things could go downhill if you continue to think that you are in a, that your returns haven't been met. And that reminds me of like, I don't want you to lose faith and hope in like the work that you've done, right? So what we're gonna dive in here is like, how do we conquer this Seven of Pentacles? How do we conquer this feeling of not feeling the returns on what I've done, not seeing the investments come through? How do we conquer that? Because this is bringing you to a place where you're gonna protect all that you have. This is like also giving me like you're going to be cold-hearted and still determined, because perhaps we're losing some sort of faith here. You're not seeing the return. So tell me, how do we conquer this not seeing our returns? How do we conquer this? How do we conquer our challenge? Two of Wands, the Chariot, Eight of Cups. I feel like this just got really deep for a second. You're always going to have a plan put in place, and you're always going to keep moving forward. You're yearning for more. How do you conquer this? Put a plan in place. Oh my gosh, I feel awkward saying this because this is like truly something different. Put a plan in place for something different. You need a different plan. You need to let something go. I don't know what it is that you are currently holding and juggling and maintaining. That's not giving you the reward. You're not reaping the rewards. You feel like the labor that you've put in, the work that you've put in is not giving you what you want, right? This reading here it's going to take you to a place of of really pulling back and being a little bit cold-hearted and a little bit more tight with things. Right? So unless that's the outcome that you want, the root of it all is like you want more than this. I got to be brutally honest, right? Bottom of the deck, why it's all happening, like you're prepared for more. So if you go in this route of like sitting in, I'm going to even say it like the pity of, or the lack, the significance that money and energy and time isn't actually producing what I actually want, it's going to lead you to a place where you're going to end up closing off. You're going to end up being tight, scarce. Okay, then let me keep what I do have. I'm going to dive into that. I normally wouldn't. You got to put a plan in place to move forward on leaving things behind. Leaving something behind. Perhaps leaving this thing that you're juggling and that you invested in, it's not giving you what you want. I have never actually done a reading where I'm telling you or pulling the energy that's really implying like something that's not working, it needs to go, right? And I say that because I know that we have a lot of investments and a lot of people don't like to hear that. You'll know if this resonates with you. You've already been thinking this, you've been feeling this, you've been juggling this, right? Okay, if we follow this path, can you give us an outcome here? Which ideally we're trying to see, like, if we change our mindset that this isn't producing what I want, what will be the new outcome here? And we put this plan in place. Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Magician. You'll go after what you really want. You're willing to do whatever it takes, right? If you follow this path, the near future becomes something that you are actually prepared for, willing to take on. You actually can handle it. Something that you're prepared for. So if I think about that, what you've been investing in that's not giving you a return is not going to give you a return. So your message here is to change course. Change courses. Because it will lead you to something that things will happen quicker. This is also giving me energy like you need to make space for something new. That might be the title. You need to make space for something new because it's going to come in hot. You're willing to tackle it and you're actually prepared for it. And I have to say this is pretty major, or you're pretty major, or you're a really important person, to be brutally honest. Like, why it's all happening, like this is just beautiful energy. Like I'm down for change. Like what is next? And if you're waiting for what is next, what you're in is not it. It needs to be a change of course. Let's pull an astrology card here. This is, it just reminds me of like, since I just noticed everything's in Capricorn. It's like telling a Capricorn like that's not going to work. Which is I think why I'm like hesitant with my words. Venus, Mercury, Mars. Make sure this is updated. I want to make sure I'm speaking correctly. Yeah. Jupiter's in Taurus. Saturn is in Pisces though. There's like more. There's things you do not know. Mars, Force, and Yod, Destiny. Which the Tree of Life is here. I think you need to take some action. Definitely take some action and some drive into changing this plan here and getting closer to your destiny, because what you're currently in is not producing, it's not getting you to your destiny. And it's going to take you a step back, to be honest. Let me see the difference here. 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is planning. There's the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles, which implies that there is the 3 of Pentacles in there as well. And that's about putting blueprints in place, right? Put a new blueprint in place. Put a new plan in place that is more aligned with the major arcanas that you are thinking, feeling, behaving, want to be, are embodying, right? A little bit, you need to believe a little bit more with Pisces. I believe at the bottom, right? As I said, Saturn is there, so perhaps like rules or restrictions are what's holding you back. Perhaps the formality in which you the thing that you're trying to get reward from is too formal. There's no passion there either, I can tell you that. And it might just be very practical. It's not very... There needs to be more thought in here, I can tell you that. Or you will be seeing more thought, more intention into things if you change your plan and go in another direction. I'm not going to harp on this much longer. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.